Lloyd and I just came back from the mountains in North Georgia, checking out some areas up there. First of all, I want to start with a funny story. When we were setting this outing up, first we were trying to get a cabin because Happy Harris has a buddy that's got a cabin. Turns out it wasn't going to be a good weekend for that. So I let everybody know, and then I let everybody know where we were going. So it was supposed to be me, Happy, Hank, and Lloyd. Well, Hank says, I can't go anyway because I'm going with the in-laws to a cabin. I think it was in North Georgia, actually. They got an Airbnb up there. I'm like, all right, cool, good to go. And I'm like, yeah, I knew as soon as we said we weren't going to have air conditioning during the summertime that a lot of people were going to drop out. Just messing with him. But his in-laws already had that plan regardless. And to be honest with you, it's not really that fun sleeping out during the summertime. Unless it's North Georgia and you get lucky. It was like 62 when we got up. So anyway, we go, me and Lloyd, we meet out there, walk around. I'll talk about that in a minute. But I got back and Hank says, hey man, how'd the trip go? And he was like, I almost died this weekend. I'm like, what? You almost died? And he sent me pictures, which I'll show you guys, of the Airbnb. There's this massive, it's like a 2-story house, I guess, and a big living room with this massive ceiling fan hanging from the ceiling. And the next picture is of that ceiling fan sitting on the couch. Apparently it broke off. It tore away from the roof and fell on top of Hank. He said if the motor part would have hit him, that probably would have been it. It's a 2-story fall and it was heavy. It was a big one. I'll show you. Anyway, I was joking with him that, yeah, that's what you get for messing with the Sasquatch gods. You try to stay inside where the fan and air conditioner is, and they're going to find you. So I'll show you guys those pictures. He really did get lucky, though. He got a free weekend out of it. But anyway, so that's the funny part. I'll show you guys that picture just out of jest. But this area we went to, it's a pretty popular area. It's got a lot of traffic. It's got a few roads through the WMA. There's a pretty well-known trail there. There's a creek there. So there's a lot of human traffic that comes through there, which could be good. It could be bad, depending on the surrounding area. Well, Lloyd and I kind of went off trail. We walked the actual trail that was on the map, and I wanted to get down to the creek and look at it, check it for prints and stuff. So we dropped down off this bluff, down in the creek, looked around at the creek and crossed over, and all of a sudden there's this road. We're standing in a road that's not on the map. It's not on my map app. It's not on his map app. And we look around, we go down this road and there's no trash. There's only like a few, like maybe electric mountain bike tracks that were not old, probably within that week. No real foot traffic, no vehicle traffic. And we start looking around in this area and it's beautiful, pristine. Like if you've never been to North Georgia, I mean, it really is almost like a rainforest. You can actually compare it to like pictures in some parts of Oregon and stuff, it's actually very pretty. But we found a really good area in there. There's a couple different food plots that have not been used in a long time and they've grown up. It just looks like a really squatchy place. You kind of get that feeling when you walk into an area. So it's going to be a really, really good place to camp. And what we found out is that on his GPS, his Garmin, it shows the road. But all it is like a one dead end road that comes in this way. And then there's another longer road that comes up the mountain, and then there's a gate there. Well, usually that gate is closed and there's no access. So it looks like somebody ran through the gate, to be honest with you, and broke it. So anyway, I think it's going to be a really good area. I like the fact that there is like high human traffic around there, but then in that same area, there's the creek. You've got this like beautiful, real thick pine covered forest. And, you know, we've had a lot of good luck around my property and at the Happy Place with these areas with really thick pine straw bedding. Seems a little obvious to me, like it's just a good quiet area to hang out in. It might be comfortable, I don't know. But I've noticed the correlation over the years, these pine straw beds. Now, we didn't find any direct evidence of any Sasquatch out there, but we did do some walking around. It's an interesting area, it's a pretty area, and I will just show you guys that. But first, we'll start with the funny pictures from Hank, where the Sasquatch gods almost got him. Lloyd and I, up in North Georgia, about to walk a few of these trails, see what we can see. Looks like we're about to get rained on though. And to my right here is the famous Stone Mountain. Those of you that are not from Georgia, just believe me. Same place where the Battle of Little Bighorn took place. Yeah. Prehistoric rainforest. Lloyd and I were taking a known trail, and we got off trail and went down the hill to find a creek. And we found the creek. We also found this road that is not on any maps. The creek is labeled, but this road is not, which is very odd. He's using an off-road map. Both my maps show a bunch of trails all over the U.S., but this is not on it at all.
It looks like a bear print, but I don't see claws on it.
Yeah, that's a bear.
You see, there's another impression here. You just can't make it out.
Yeah, there's the pad right there.
It's a bear. It's not a huge
Not
bear.
a big one.
Bigger.
Definitely a good place for all kinds of animals to hang out. Deer to bed down in. Bears to eat berries in. Sasquatch. Snakes. Definitely a popular area. Trails all through it. Don't mind if I do. No pesticides. It's always amazes me how people say that there's just not enough habitat for Sasquatch. You have a whole family living back here for years, and no one's ever gonna know. Who's gonna know?
If you go look, you ain't gonna find it.
Nope, all I gotta do is quit moving. God, this looks like a perfect area. Scene out of a movie right through here.
Frog eggs.
It almost looks like a hill.
See, I say that looks like the heel down there.
Yeah, right in there. And we know a dog stepped there and there. So it pressed down and messed it up, but it's very close. Might not be anything, but first thing we found.